I'm Steph.
I'm Stephanie.
And today we are kayaking in the Gulf of Mexico. Where are we, Stephanie?
We're down at St. Mark's Nature Preserve near the St. Mark's Lighthouse. We've just put in at their boat ramp here, and we're going to go out to the Gulf.
Yeah, and we are actually in 2 hardshell kayaks today because Stephanie thought that would be the safest route.
There are ocean kayaks.
Yeah, they are for the ocean, so, you know, if we have any issues, if Stephanie falls out, she'll be able to easily get back in. And
push you out.
So that's why I didn't bring my Oryu kayak, because it's rated for calm waters, and so we're just, you know, exercising safety always. But I'm excited. This is our first time doing ocean-type water, and excited to see what we see, so come join us. And I just noticed there are porta potties at the launch spot. Also, when we got here, we went to the visitor center and there's bathrooms in there, and it's convenient to go there right before you get into the main area where you can kayak and launch from. Also, the parking was $5. I have no comment. I have no comment.
Comments.
First of all,
If you had been in an Oryu, it would have swamped.
I have words that I can't think in my head right now. So I just fell out of the kayak. So to be clear, I just fell out of the kayak. And Stephanie was holding the camera. I had passed her the camera, but it wasn't recording. So I'm pretty bummed because it was pretty epic. I fell. I got back in actually really successfully. I am damp. It wasn't too bad. There is water in the kayak here, but I'm going to use my bilge pump to pump it out. So the reason why we brought these kayaks is because they have holes in them called scupper holes, and so the water can go in and out. So when you fall out, it's fine. So I'm currently regrouping. I came off over to the side to dry off a little bit and to make sure my phone was in a dry bag as it should have been before. Learn from my silliness. I think I'm ready. I'm gonna put this back. To be fair, the balance is a lot different on this than my Oryu kayak, so I'm not like super used to it. There's things I can do in my Oryu that I can't really do in this, which is just, you know, it's just a different kayak. But I will say I'm nice and cool. Benefit of falling in the water. Oh my gosh, there are dolphins! are hanging out here, having a little lunch snack, and then just gonna keep exploring because it's really awesome out here. I don't know if you can tell, but my hair is still damp, but I'm drying out so I would highly recommend if you're gonna fall out of a kayak to do it on the ocean because
in the summer.
In the summer, because the water is cleaner than the lakes around, and so I've had a nice layer of coolness from the water. So if you're gonna fall in, make it here. Oh, that's so cool. Big wave hit me. Okay, well, we are coming to the end of this paddle, and we saw. This was an exciting paddle.
This was an exciting paddle.
So, what were the highlights? Would you say that we saw?
Seeing a pod of dolphins with some babies.
Yes.
Seeing some not manatees, some stingrays.
Yep.
Steph falling out of her boat.
That was at number one. Exciting.
Dolphins are pretty cool.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say that was the most exciting. Yeah, so
funniest.
That was the funniest. I just fell out of the boat. I want Stephanie to tell her story of what she saw when I fell in the water because I didn't see myself falling because, I fell in. So what did you see?
So Steph was playing around on her phone.
No, on the camera.
Okay, so she's playing around on a camera.
Yes.
And she went to lean forward. And I don't know exactly what she was doing, but she just goes, "Oh no!" And then I see her just kind of flip over this way. She got hit by a wave.
Yeah.
Oh, I fell in or something like that because that was very not
obvious.
I
said, I fell in the water.
Yes, I fell in the water. So she is obviously all right. Little damp, but otherwise all right.
Yes.
It was a little windy when we first started. So
I will say I do feel a little silly that I wasn't as prepared as I should have been. I needed to have a paddle leash. I didn't have a paddle leash. My paddle didn't get away from me, but I needed to have a paddle leash. I should have brought my floating case for my camera, and I didn't. And
she held it in her hand.
But I was holding it in my. I was holding my hand.
Drop it.
The reason why I was unbalanced on the kayak because I was putting the camera on the front of the kayak, and that's when the wave hit me and I fell. So overall, and I had a buddy, so, I did have safety in mind, but there was a couple things that next time I'll definitely bring. And I usually get adjusted once I'm on the water because we normally do lakes and rivers and I can do that, but I should have had everything adjusted before I got on the water. So that I have learned.
At least before we paddled out of the channel.
Yes, and I didn't have my phone in a dry bag, so the phone did get wet and then I put it in a dry bag later on. But I will say everything in my life jacket did get wet, which I knew it would if I ever fell in the water, but everything did get wet, so when I get home I'm going to dry everything out and wash everything, my clothes and everything. But good experience.
Yeah, she was able to get herself back up on the boat without my help. So
that's true. Yeah, you couldn't see that, but I was able to. I flipped the kayak over and I just flopped my body on the kayak, and I heard Stephanie say, "You're gonna fall. You're gonna flip it again." I heard her say that.
She came this close to flipping it again.
Yeah, she's like, "You're gonna flip it again," and then I didn't. I got back on the kayak. So I one and done, success.
Yeah,
I didn't have
even use the paddle float.
Yeah,
I didn't even get to the other side of the boat to help stabilize it.
I handed her the camera.
She did.
Yes.
Very important. Handed me the camera.
That was the first thing I did. Handed her the camera.
Which wasn't filming.
And my paddle, which we thought was filming, it was not. But she was filming as I was doing all of this. But I forgot to check the little red little button. Darn. But it's okay. So are we coming out here again?
Yes. This is way cool.
Yes, this was awesome. I will say I felt nice and cool during this trip.
Which is good because it's very hot.
Yeah, it's very hot.
No shade.
Yeah.
We are actually, the tide is starting to go back out. We got here about 45 minutes before high tide, so we were able to get back into some of the salt marshes and whatnot. But now it's starting to go back out, so I think it's time to pack it on in so that we don't get stranded somewhere.
Yes, so we're going to head back in. Thanks for joining us and hope you have a great day.